Well, hi there, my friends. I bet you didn't expect to hear from me so soon. This video is going to be about 2 walkthroughs through a beautiful new Amazon Fresh store. You won't believe it. I took these videos to show Moosie, but I thought you would enjoy them too. Another one through Joanne's, where I'm a fabric lover and I needed some fabric to match this fantastic jacket that I picked up on eBay that I will be modeling in the next video. So the next video will be the modeling of my clothes and showing you those great makeup brushes that I picked up. Since there is going to be a little bit of Moosie planting our bare root roses and us buying some dirt and fertilizer for the garden, I decided that I better wear my gardening outfit. The Amazon Fresh store. Now these stores seem to have popped up in a lot of cities. We have one very near us, another one a couple of miles away, and I've been wanting to go in. They're huge and you see cars there all the time. Well, I did, and I did a walkthrough, mainly for Moose, because he can't walk around a big store like that, and I wanted to show him what was available. I think, as you know, I do most of my food shopping in Walmart because of the prices and because of what I find that's available. But Amazon sure is amazing. Clean, big, wide aisles. And I'm going to walk through with you, just in case you haven't gotten into one of these Amazon Fresh stores. I did buy a few things. I had already done a shop this week, so I didn't buy a lot. But I did bring home a fabulous sandwich from the deli for Moose, and he loved it. I was really impressed with the fresh kitchen items. I couldn't believe the hot and cold items ready for you to fill up your carton with. Really, really impressive. Moosie loved the sandwich that I brought him. As you know, Moosie and I just love our soups that we picked up at Walmart, but they have a very impressive array of broccoli, split pea, lentil, cabbage, wonderful soups ready to heat. And I also loved their meals that are prepared. Also, they have a charcuterie area with all kinds of meats and pickles and olives. Some of the items at the salad bar, the hot bar, were egg rolls and macaroni and cheese and hot pastas and broccoli dishes. Orange chicken, just loved these. They had about 5 or 6 varieties of pizzas, and you could buy a slice. I think the slices were $1.79, but they did look delicious. I like the layout of the store. The aisles were nice and wide. The floors were spick and span. And one thing I couldn't get over was the variety of condiment. And of course, the huge fresh produce department. And I was very impressed with this Amazon. And guess what I found out? When I checked out, I was talking to the gal, asking her if they had any herbs. I can't get any chives right now. It's just not the right time to, and we love our baked potatoes with chives and sour cream and cheese and everything on them. And we don't have them too often, too much starch, but I use the sweet or the other light colored potato. I forget the name of it. But I asked the lady if they were expecting any more of those herbs. And I said, you know, I'm surprised that Amazon put an Amazon Fresh store here. It's a huge store. They took over from a hardware store that just, it failed. It didn't make it. But it was a beautiful big building. And I said, you know, it's very much like Sprouts, only much, much larger. And she said, well, did you know that Amazon owns Sprouts? I didn't know that. Did you? I never knew Amazon owns Sprouts. So then I thought, well, aren't you competing against yourself? She didn't know that. But they're also putting another one in the city right next to us as well, which is also right near Sprouts. I don't know whether they're getting ready to close the Sprouts. I doubt it because they're good. They're good. I don't know how many of you get out to go to these stores. I know there's a lot of people who love fabrics and who love to sew like I do. So I'm sharing that too. I think I only need half a yard. It's just a good match, right?
It is a good match.
Yeah, good. I'll take half a yard, please. I must have every color in the world, but I don't want to get home and make sure I don't have it. I think this might be it. This is a good match. Let's see. Yes, good match. The sleeves were a little tight when I got it, so I have created a new kind of I'm going to call it a poncho capelet. And the fabric I bought, I don't even need because of something I decided to do. So do watch the next video. This jacket is so Ralphie Lauren-y, and I'm going to wear it with all my turquoise and silver jewelry and maybe a great hat too. And I hope the weather will still hold. I don't think we're expecting rain until maybe Tuesday. I love all the upholstery fabrics. Oh, I made a suit years ago, a tapestry Chanel type suit with just a straight skirt and a Chanel style jacket out of a tapestry fabric that was so exquisite. I put brown braid around it. It was gorgeous. This fabric would make a nice suit like that, wouldn't it? Ooh, and it's like a tapestry. There's always good bargains on the red tag table. But I don't have anything in mind right now that I want to do. If I had energy and a couch that I could get myself up out of, I would make a new slipcover for that. But that's not in the cards right now either. Oh my goodness. I love this sign. How much is it? Let's see, 40% off. So, was one other thing I wanted to tell you. Oh, I made a couple mistakes. I'm talking so much in the last video, and I want to fix it straight right now. One of my lovely viewers, Yaya, hi Yaya, told you I'd give you a shout out. She spoke to me in one of her comments yesterday that perhaps I was thinking of the wrong Mary when I was telling you all about Mary Engelbreit. I knew she was an author, and I knew she drew these little pictures and made cards and was very, very popular. And so many of you were familiar with Mary Engelbreit and thought maybe that's who I was talking about, which I was half of the time, but I didn't know it. Who Yaya told me who she thought I really was talking about was Mary Emmerling. Does that strike a bell? I know you'll remember Mary Emmerling because she was the gal who wore and of course, you know, I love my turquoise and silver jewelry, and I'm so impressed when I see it on someone. She wore the big chunky pieces. She had some beautiful big pieces. And every time you saw her, she was dressed in that Southwestern look. And she's the one who did the big tabletop book about hearts. And she is also the one that my daughters and I met in Orange County when we went to the meet and greet symposium that she was there. So sorry, but I know a lot of you probably picked up on it and didn't want to correct me. But if I make boo-boos like that, you know, sometimes I'm not thinking through or I'm talking too fast or something. There was another boo-boo I made in that video, a little one that I can't remember right now. But don't be afraid to tell me you think otherwise than what I said. Well, the reason that I'm throwing in this little quickie, might not turn out to be too quick, was I've had an interesting 2 days. I think, as you know, yesterday I had to pick up my car because we needed brakes and a lube job, and kind of like I need all the time, a good lube job with my grease and oils. We haven't had the car serviced in so long, and It's an older car. I love my van. I've had it 8 or 9 years. And you know, I was thinking, I've always driven a van or a Volkswagen bus or a big station wagon in Scotland. It was the shooting brake, which is basically a station wagon. And I'm not a car person, as long as it's big enough to carry all my grandkids so we can go out for ice cream. Well, it was when they were little, or my own kids when they were little. Or for my thrifting and my antiquing, as long as I could fit a few pieces of furniture or something in the back of a big van, I was happy. And by the way, I still am. I'm going to tell you a funny story, a rabbit hole story. My car, believe it or not, is still filled with Christmas presents. We weren't able to see all the children and the grandchildren at Christmas time. And I had all these things in the car. Sometimes at Christmas, I have to use the car as a storage room. And I had all these presents in there to distribute to Debbie's kids and Margie's kids and the families. And of course, some of the families came down with COVID, so they were quarantined. But we did go down to San Diego, and I brought home presents for some of the cousins from Mikey and other things. So this morning, Moosie and I got up early and had our coffee about 6:30, and we were on the road by, before 9. And Moosie wanted to stop and get some breakfast. So it wasn't really a healthy breakfast, but I had a bacon, cheese, and egg croissant. And Moosie had his usual, I forget, it's sausage and something else. So we had that, I had my iced coffee, and off we went to Lowe's. And I bought 6 big, huge bags of Miracle Grow and some potting soil that is especially for pots. As you know, we have a container garden and we grow everything in big and little pots out there. We got that, and I bought a lot of fertilizer. These are some of the soils that we got. This one was for the hydrangeas. This one, of course, was for our tomato plants and any herbs or veggies. This one is both roses. This is for when we get the yellow buds on the tomatoes, and then I spray them and it helps them become little tomatoes or big ones. And this is my rose bloom. So Moosie put some of this in. And we have other fertilizers for some of the other things. So there we are. Wish us luck. Let's hope we don't get a frost or any cold that's going to damage anything. I still have this to plant. I saw some tiny husky cherry red tomatoes, and these are tiny ones. I haven't grown any, but Colleen does. I prefer the big ones in just salads and anything, but maybe we'll get some little ones too. Everything right now needs fertilizer, and this is the time to fertilize everything. I bought all that. We came home and I got all the dirt out of the back of the van and got Moosie all set up, and he has been planting for the last 2 hours. So he's having his fun in this nice weather. We're making hay while the sun shines, as they say. So I decided to share all this with you as a little interim video. I don't want to make those of you who are still snuck in snow blizzards feel bad, but we're making hay while this sun is out here. Now, maybe some of you have seen my overalls. Debbie, once again, gave me for last year's birthday from a catalog that she often uses, these wonderful gardening overalls. And I'm going to show them to you. It's hot today, so I did put this shirt on, and I have short sleeves on, but they're regular jeans overalls, and they have darling flowers all over them. They're 3/4 length. They have great pockets. They're nice and loose. Don't even have to undo the straps. They have the strap back. I'll walk back here and show you. Aren't they cute? Can you see? And I have them on with my red clogs. And I was out there in the garden. In fact, my hands might have been a little dirty. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to get this out quickly. So you get a little bit of everything, plus a little bit of Valentine's Day too. Moosie is planting the roses right now, and also the hydrangea bush with those beautiful purple flowers. You want to say anything about how you're planting this?
Yeah, this is the one where you find the roots in here, and then you sort of spread them out over a cone of dirt. See how it looks like a cone?
Oh yeah.
You spread that out over a cone of dirt. And that's your baby.
So we have the 2 rose bushes going in.
Yep. See this blue? This chemical turns your hydrangea blue, this color. Now look at the hydrangea there, and you see it's pinkish, bluish, kind of purple. That'll come out within a week or so, will come bright blue. That's the one you want.
This one's still blooming.
Sure.
Good. And then we have another one over there from last year that you might want to put some of that stuff on the old one.
I'm asking if it needs to be repotted, do you think?
We'll check it out.
Okay.
So here's the roses. One is already planted. Good. We do have to get water on these, don't we? Oh, look at those roots. Wow, yep. So you're making the mound right now, right?
Yep.
Good. And then you have rose food. I bought a lot of fertilizer today.
Yep.
Good. Okay. We're making those people back east feel a little sad. But we're expecting some rain next week and maybe cold after that. So we're still not out of the woods. 90 degrees today. Well, here are 3 tomato plants that Moosie has planted in the water bottles. Micah sawed off the tops for us, and we have 3 different kinds growing here. I hope you enjoy this little interim video. It's a surprise, and the next one I still will do these new makeup brushes. And I've been learning. I actually did do a blender on some of this makeup, a nice big fluffy brush that most of the time I use my fingers, which probably I will still continue to do. So thank you once again, and you will still see me in a couple of days in the video where I will hopefully be doing some modeling outside. Goodbye for now. I love you all.